Hello, future me. Welcome to day 200. Oh, it's having a hard time focusing. Welcome to day 258. My hair is a little weird right now, and I don't really know why. Today's been pretty good. I woke up at Eric's, and I had I had good breakfast. I had some eggs with apples and blueberries and a piece of toast, and some like ham. It was good. Then I had some soup. It was like potatoes and something soup. My grandpa made it though, and it was really good. And that's all I really had to eat today. Um, but yeah, I woke up at Eric's. I should talk about last night. Um, Last night was I don't even know how to begin to explain it. It's like I think I mentioned this. Um, every single time that I smoke and get high, it doesn't matter how much I smoke the next time, it will be more. Like I could smoke an entire bowl one day and then wait a little bit and then smoke two hits off a joint next and it'll be more. It doesn't make any fucking sense, but that's how it is. I took like I smoked like half a joint and I was set for the next fucking 4 hours. Um, it's just like, god damn. When it first kicked in, it wasn't that bad, but it felt like I was getting high for the first time again, and that was really nice. That was fun, but but then it started to grow, and I was like, oh shit, and it started to grow more, and I was like, oh shit, and then I started blacking out, just like, but it's not even blacking out. It's like I lose consciousness, but I'm still awake. It's really weird. Um, but we were outside on a patio, and then we came back in, and he wanted me to wash my hands, and I couldn't understand I couldn't understand anything that was happening. Um, so I eventually got to wash my hands, and God, um, but so then I can't exactly remember everything that happened, which is kind of new for me to not remember everything that happened. I remember the majority of it. I remember like the big moments, just the small moments I'm having a hard time remembering. But I remember, so there's downstairs and then the upstairs. There's there's four rooms upstairs. There's his room, bathroom, the guest bedroom, and then there's like this third one it's pretty big. It used to be Eric's old bedroom, but it got turned into this other kind of guest room, but it's like the kind of game room that has a bunch. I'm just going to call it game room. But the game room is so we went in there, but when I walked in there, it's like I couldn't see anyone, but I could feel things that were alive that that sober people cannot feel. It's like I was in the midst of a party. It's like the room was a party, but the things I were feeling weren't human. They were just like spirits, and I could feel them, and I just knew that there was something there. But it was like a party, like people were having a good time. It was fucking weird. Um, and we sat on the couch that's in there, and Eric brought up a point that like, oh, you're like in the eighth dimension. And as soon as he said that, I'm like, I'm in the eighth dimension. And so now whenever I try and explain something that I felt in the eighth dimension, I'm like, oh, it's an eighth dimension thing. It's fucking stupid. But after he brought that up, my mind kind of cascaded down into like, I was starting to, the microphone is on, right? Hello? How do I check that? Hold on. Sorry, I'm just a little worried. I mean, my mic is on. Hello. Okay, I'm good. Alright, sorry. Sorry, I just got a little paranoid. My camera is not almost. Okay, anyways. But I started to talk to the dimensions. It's like each dimension was its own kind of like, I don't know, like not really on the mic, but each dimension was its own kind of city or like town or something. And like as the high started to come down, I kind of associated that with like going to like lower levels of dimensions. So I guess I'm really thinking of like the first dimension as the dimension we're in, and so like the third dimension isn't like the third dimension, it's like the third level of highness. And or I guess I would attribute to like the dimension we live in as zero, and then the first dimension starting to get high. I was the eighth, And as I kept going down, I went to like the 7th dimension, 5th dimension. But every time I would talk to these dimensions and like bargain, be like, please, I don't want to leave. It was so weird. But eventually, this whole story played out in my head. I was just chilling on the couch, and then in my head, it's like all the dimensions above me. I was on like the 4th dimension during this, but all the dimensions above me weren't responding, and they had like the dimensions have like died, and all the dimensions that were still alive blamed me, and I was like, I had nothing to do. I didn't do anything. Let me. That's a little better. But then I didn't even do anything, but the dimensions had been fixed. They were alive again. And as a thank you from the other dimensions, they let me peek into the 9th dimension. The highest I had gone is the 8th dimension. I don't know what the hell that was. But the dimensions let me peek into the 9th. Now, what it was like is like, when you're high, you're in the dimensions. You can feel the dimensions. You're in the dimension. When the other dimensions let me see into the 9th dimension, that's all it was. I could just see into it. I couldn't feel it. I wasn't in it. It's like I was looking in a house through a window. Like I wasn't in the house. I was just looking inside of it. It was a fucking, oh my god. This is by far the highest I've ever been. I need to have ego death before I associate it with, but it's like, I remember some moments where it literally felt like I was losing myself. Like, the thing that I associate as me was just dying. It wasn't all the way gone, but it was just so weird. Another thing that I thought, the time thing, it became more like how I felt the flow of time. I've talked about this before, but it felt less of that and more of like I can peek past reality. So I imagine it like looking at a screen. That's how it kind of looked for me. Not like I don't know, not like a VHS kind of thing, but it's like a 2D kind of thing. It's like I'm looking at a screen and I can see what's behind that screen. Like if what I could see was on a screen and I took the screen and just like cut it off, I could see past that. And what I saw past reality was lizards, a group of lizards hanging out at a motel pool. So I looked, and there was a lizard, I think was wearing a red, it was like Rengo kind of, was wearing a red shirt, I think. And the pool was on the right, and all like the bathing chairs were on the left. And that's all I remember. So weird. God. But those are really all the big moments that I can at least remember. Eric did play me a watch this if you're too high video, which kind of helped. The thing that she said that helped most was that no one had ever overdosed on weed before, which did help. But I was so in my own head that there was nothing that could really fully help. But one of the things I did notice when I was going in to wash my hands, I like heard my heartbeat a little, and I was like, oh, my heart's going kind of fast. And then that snowballed, and the only thing I could focus on was how fast my heart was going. And I can't remember how fast it was going, but I'm pretty sure it was going fast. It probably like probably like that, like if you're jogging. But in my head, it meant that I was dying. I really thought I was dying, or that I had gone insane. But it was just, it wasn't great at first. I was really freaking out. It just felt like I was falling. Like I was just falling inside of my own head. Like my consciousness was like ripping itself apart. It's kind of how it felt. I don't even remember really going to sleep. Oh no, I do. I don't remember what time I went to sleep. I slept in the guest bedroom. That's not the game room, but the guest bedroom. But yeah, so that's that. What have I done today? I was at Eric's, had some breakfast. I shot something. So there's this thing me and Colton are doing on Facebook where every now and then we kind of have this like feud going on. I can't really explain it all that well, but I'm fleshing it out into something. and so hopefully that works out. I'm kind of excited for it. Apparently I fucked up even more on the EP, which I didn't think was possible, which this really sucks. Apparently some of the songs, the outro, I forgot to fucking cut the outro down, so some of the outros are just like a minute and a, like I didn't want to look at it for so long that I could actually, but it looks like 30 seconds to a minute of just silence after some of the songs, which really fucking sucks. And at first I was like, okay, they can just skip it, but then I thought of Spotify, where you only have a limited amount of skips, which really, that fucking blows. I'm really mad at myself. But I actually have made some money. I don't know if it's directly from that EP, but I had like 168 before I checked and I had more money. I think I had 172. Hold on. Yeah, I have 172. So I have actually gotten some money. I have a message from spam. Yeah. Sorry, hold on. Let me get my white back. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. But yeah. But this thing is like, I'm this like journal, like I'm this universe explorer, and I'm just going around exploring the universe. But I come up with these stupid things like Jemima, which is a planet that that I had visited for vacation, and it was all fine and dandy until I forgot what I called it. Hold on. Facebook. Sorry, hold on. Sorry, hold on. The Camulas. So the Camulas are indigenous. Is that the word? Like they're from Jemima, and the Camulas are usually only hostile towards tourists like me. But when I was on their vacation, the Camulas killed everyone on the planet, and I felt really bad. So I decided to stay and rebuild everything. But I found 3 survivors and I made a video and it was funny. But yeah, I probably went in there. I don't really know what else to talk about. I'm exercising after this. I did jog a little bit before I went to Eric's last night. But I didn't exercise. I didn't do my full workout just because I was at Eric's and I was high off my fucking ass. But yeah, I'm going to exercise after this. But if I forgot to talk about it, if I forgot to talk about anything, I'll leave in the comments or fuck my ass. Holy. If I forgot to talk about anything, I'll leave it in the comments or I will talk about it tomorrow. I still have a little bit of a weed hangover. My brain just feels so heavy. If I forgot to talk about anything, I'll leave it in the comments or we'll talk about it tomorrow. Okay, goodbye. I didn't end it. Oh my god.